Oh, here's your Backstage Pass.
Right, quiet on the set.
Action!
Welcome to Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dog Group. This is your inside look into culture, curators, and creative artists. And now, your host, Shondra.
Welcome, everyone, to Sedona's Backstage Pass, where you'll hear the behind-the-scenes stories that you would never get unless you tuned into this show on Saturdays, every Saturday, 10 a.m., and, of course, you can hear it right here on mellowmountainradio.com. We stream it. And it's KAZM 106.5 and 780 AM. By the way, you can also catch this show later on Apple Podcasts. So thank you for tuning in today. I'm thrilled with my guests. I have one of my sponsors here, Luke Sefton of Sefton Engineering, and also the amazing singer, musician, songwriter, Alex Ogburn. But before I get to them, I just want to tell you about a couple of things going on. Actually, today, I'm just going to talk about one thing that's going on, but within that one thing are many things. I'll tell you, it'll make sense when I actually get into this. First of all, Sedona Ballet. Any of you know out there about Sedona Ballet, then you have to know the amazing individual who is the chairperson of that, and that's Winnie Munch. Winnie Munch is amazing what she does. She has brought in professional dancers and choreographers and has matched that with the dancers here in Sedona, giving kids an opportunity to work with professionals. Outstanding. You probably know her and Sedona Ballet from the Nutcracker Suite that's performed every year at the Sedona Performing Arts Center. Well, let me tell you about what's going on. Winnie has created what she calls the Sedona Choreography Retreat. Now, what in the world is this? Well, it starts on June 13th, which is coming up this next week. June 13th, there's a master class, and it's for intermediate to pre-professional students. It starts at 2 p.m., and it's at the Sedona Performing Arts Center. Matter of fact, this entire event is taking place at what we call SPAC, Sedona Performing Arts Center, okay? So there are conversations with choreographers, and there are master classes, and I got to tell you, this is really neat. This whole thing is going to culminate with a final showcase performance, and that's going to be on Friday, June 20th. You're going to want to take a look at all of the different classes and even rehearsals that you can actually sit in and watch the choreographers talking to the dancers, going through all of that. And then that final showcase performance, again, is on Friday, June 20th at 7 p.m. at the Sedona Performing Arts Center. Check it out on sedonaballet.org/retreats. Okay, this is something outstanding. If you've got kids at home or a child who's just enamored with dance, you definitely want to take a look at this whole schedule that she's got going on from June 13th all the way through June 20th. Okay, I'm going to be going to that performance on June 20th. It's outstanding. Let me just mention one thing that is going to be mind-blowing to you, and I want to make sure that I read this to you. There are 5 different pieces that are going to be showcased in this big performance, all right? They're highlights of world premieres. First of all, we have a new ballet by Nyan. You probably have heard of him. He comes in from Phoenix. It's a lyrical and emotional charged new work, and this is outstanding into itself. And there's, like I mentioned, other ones, like, for instance, the Flow State Project by Latasha Burns, which is about brainwaves and movement and rhythm coverage in a real transformative live performance experience. And we have something really cool happening, and this had to get permission. We did get permission from the George Balanchine Trust. All right. This one is called Serenade, and it's an excerpt from a George Balanchine Tchaikovsky scored neoclassical gem. That's how I would say it. And it's just, you had to get permission for it. So this is going to be there. Take Me With You by Robert Bandara, and Vast Wave by Natasha Adderley. And these are other pieces that are just dynamic. So check it out, sedonaballet.org. You'll get the whole schedule there. You can see rehearsals, master classes, conversations with these people. It's outstanding. Thank you, Winnie Munch, SedonaBallet.org. Before I welcome my first guest, who happens to be a sponsor of the show, I want to mention my sponsors and give them a big shout out and thank you to the Sedona Heritage Museum, Quicker Cleaner Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, and my presenting sponsor, the Doll Group, and of course, Luke Sefton, who's here with me today of Sefton Engineering. Thank you, Luke, for being here with us. We're going to talk about things that you've been involved in, Luke. You have been a tremendous community advocate in this way for military folks and really standing for people in the service. I know you're a veteran.
Yes.
Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
You were in Desert Storm, and was there another one that you were involved in?
I was in the National Guard here in Arizona, so I was a company commander for the Flagstaff unit and the Prescott unit. I was over the Kingman unit in Sholo, and I served out at Camp Navajo.
Ooh.
Before I got promoted captain and above. I had to go to Phoenix.
Okay. All right. So here you are, and you're a veteran, and you got very much involved with parks going up, military parks. Like,
Yes.
for instance, we have the Jack Jameson Memorial Sculpture Park, and in that park, and for those of you who don't know, it is it's where the old Bank of America
Yes.
used to be. All the flagpoles, can't miss it, because there is a military park in that park.
Yes.
And it's owned by the city. You and I serve on a committee together, Jack Jameson Memorial Sculpture Park
Yes.
Committee. And the military park, if you go in there, you'll see all kinds of marble, what are their plaques? They're
memorials.
Memorials, right.
And they have some granite benches that sorry.
Ooh, hello. Okay. That's all right. This happens.
Yeah, waving my arms
Yes,
and hitting the
I
spring.
know you're very enthusiastic. Listen, I have to really watch my arms, like flailing, as I speak. And, so anyway,
we did that. Dave Blauert, that was his property, and he wanted to do this little pocket park, and we recognized, I did. This was years and years ago. Was doing the site plan for that, and I remember when he wanted to come in with Sedona 30 and the Rotary clubs, and they recognized Jack Jameson, who did a lot of stuff here in the community. That's New Day Spa.
Yes,
Jill
that's Sedona New Day Spa.
Father.
Yeah,
that's her father.
When I first heard that, I was like, "What?
Yeah,
Jack Jameson is your dad." Yeah, he's no longer living now. Neither is Dave Blauert.
Dave, but it was this small little strip of land that was left over from him building there, and he wanted to do this pocket park of sculptures. So, and part of that is the military, where we have the flags that represent all the different branches. And then there's like the women's center, where we have the, honoring women, and, a lot of different sculptures in there to kind of make it a unique little area that's kind of cool.
And it's really very peaceful. These huge maple trees. Are they they're maple blossom trees? What are those?
There's some, I bet they're cherry blossom,
yes.
or purple plum and cherry.
Oh, they're incredible.
Yeah.
When they bloom in the spring, it's just so gorgeous. And there are benches there. If you ever want to go there, anybody listening here, you want to just take a lunch, or even you can go in the evening too. It is a really lovely place. Yes, the highway is there, and it is a little escape from everything. And in there are sculptures from James Muir, Susan Klewer, John Soderberg. Who else? I'm trying to remember here. Skip.
Skip. Yeah, I know. You know more about that than I do.
I'm like, okay, I don't have any of that in front of me.
And we tried to get local artists that were here to their sculptures to there. But we have a couple that, like the military dog, to represent military dogs.
Right. Joe Beeler,
we have his in there for Native American.
Famous cowboy artist.
Yeah, we have a little bit of sample of all our different artists here. Right.
So that military park is really, it's kind of it's adjacent to it. You walk up a couple of stairs. Many times we've had Memorial Day ceremonies there.
Yes.
And Tom and I have performed there. We've had many other artists performing there, Sammy Davis.
Absolutely.
And it is a beautiful, beautiful place.
And you and Tom have done some of the fundraisers where you had the big American flag and singing and
singing, opening for the Gatlin Brothers.
Opening for the Gatlin
that was
Brothers.
Fun.
So that was
over at Mingus High School Performing Arts Center. Mm-hmm. That was a kicker.
Yeah.
Boy, what a time that was. I had some stories about that, but it's not about me. It's about you. So let's talk about, when did you get involved with that park, by the way, the Jack Jameson Memorial Sculpture Park?
I was involved with it when they were first putting it together, the layout of it.
What
and then
year was that? Do you remember?
It was probably back in the early 2000s when I was kind of doing the things. I was in the background doing the engineering or layout. And then when they got further along with the military park in that part, then I was helping with that layout. And then, Dave and you we're all on that volunteer committee to support the park and to find art pieces that we want to show the community in there.
We still have 2 more to put in, I think.
We do.
I know. So if there's any of you artists listening right now that you'd like to talk to us about a sculpture that you have created, and I'm talking about a large one now. I'm not talking about a little sculpture, which are beautiful, like small busts and things like that would go in your living room. These have to be fairly large, right?
Yeah.
What's the biggest sculpture we have in that park? Do you know?
It would probably be James Muir, the soldier.
Yes.
On the Humvee tire that was blown out.
The female.
The female.
That was something, wasn't it? When that went in, we do these big reveals, unveiling, and we've done for all of them there. Also, Christine Schrader has one in there.
Yes, Puck.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was really different to put in the park, and it is there, and it's beautiful. And Christine is an amazing artist, by the way, if you don't know. Incredible painter. I mean, what an artist. She's not doing those so much now, so she studied with the late John Soderbergh, world-renowned sculptor.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my gosh.
And his daughter is just incredible.
Right?
Yes.
Amazing. And so you did the engineering for that. Was that difficult?
No, not. It was a piece of cake.
See, like I think about that and I want to run. Because I go first of all, charts and numbers. Not for me. I don't know how you do it. Just hand me a microphone. I'm good.
I helped James Muir with the chapel.
Oh.
With the crucifix at 33 feet high. And
what was that like?
That was, it was challenging because of how big it was. It's 33 feet high because that's an important number that James put in there, and it's 18 feet wide.
18 feet wide.
Yeah.
For those of you who have never been to Sedona who are listening, there's the Chapel of the Holy Cross, and it is built into the Red Rock. It's in between the village of Oak Creek and Sedona proper, and it's on 179 or off of 179 on Chapel Road. Mm-hmm. And this was already a thing to put that chapel in.
Yes.
We feature that in the Dead Quilter Society, right?
Yes.
With Marguerite Strad.
Yep.
And the fact that you were helping to put, it's the big cross with, I might say, Jesus on the cross. This was a new thing because there used to be a cross without Jesus on the cross, and then James Muir created this huge sculpture.
Yeah, they had an original crucifix there with the Christ on it, and even being Catholic, I can't always pronounce everything. So
no, that's okay. It's okay.
It was so it looked like they had whipped the body. The skin was.
This is the new one.
No, this was the old one.
Oh,
years and years ago. It was the first one, and they got so many complaints about it that they took it
down because I never saw that.
Yeah,
I just saw the cross there, and it was beautiful, and it was very.
That was just part of the building.
Yes,
it's a big concrete cross with the windows, and that went out.
Right.
So when James was looking at that, because of weight, bronze is very heavy. They were going to do part of it in fiberglass. Oh. And I'm like, this is significant. This is something that's going to be here hundreds, if not forever. We want this to last. And I said, I'll figure a way to do this. And I go, the church, you got to figure a way to pay for it. So,
and that had to be, to be very expensive.
Yes. Well, not too bad. It was, I had to figure out how to get all the pieces in there and how to get the equipment and if it could support everything. And happens to be my cousin is a very well-known artist too that does sculptures, granites, and he does a lot of churches, Catholic churches. I mean, just incredible baptismals and everything else.
Wow.
And so I called him. I said, how do you do this? And he goes, well, you can put the bolts through the hands and how, you work that into there. And I go, great. I go, I'm going to hell because I just nailed him again,
Jesus all over again. Oh
so
gosh.
I have it.
Seriously, like, do you really want to be that guy?
Yes. But in the end, we thought it was going to be over 6,000 pounds. So we really kind of designed it for that. But when they finally cast it and everything, it was about 3,000 pounds.
To me, I mean, 6,000 pounds, you're like, wow. 3,000 is still like, this is insane. How in the world did you, I can imagine, this must have been a huge event. You're bringing him in with the cross and the whole thing. Mm-hmm. Is James there?
Yeah, James was there the whole time because they brought in about 6-7 pieces. So they had to bring a crane in to lift everything up to the upper level.
That's right.
And then they had the small crane up there, but they ended up building scaffolding up.
Because it was in pieces, right?
It was in pieces.
It has to be. I've seen how they cast and then how they have to take the whole thing apart. It's scary. Have you ever seen them do that? You've seen films of how they actually break everything that they've made into pieces. And then they got to put it all back together again.
Yeah. So I went with James and Linda, his wife, out down to the foundry when we were doing that, so I could see how that was doing. So and I saw James and John's stuff and Joe Beeler's stuff, and so I gotten kind of involved in all that. But at the bottom of that crucifix is a time capsule, and so we all got to write something there or a memorial. And years ago, my grandmother actually was here back in like the late 50s, early 60s.
Okay.
And that was one of her, she always talked about visiting that chapel.
Oh, did you put something or write something in there?
Yeah, for both my parents. And
oh my gosh, Luke, that's so cool.
So it kind of came around. But
that is so good.
And now James is working on the chapel roundabout.
Oh. And
he's doing, artists have their very descriptive things, and I learn a lot. But it's going to have basically an oval with a lamp, like old-fashioned, genie lamp kind of there.
Okay.
And it will have a flame at the end, which is run by solar, and it's going to point towards the chapel. And they have some lineups here to line it up with the highway. And just very, very detailed.
Oh, how cool is that? So it's going to light up.
Yeah, just a little light there, so you always see the light, and it's there to direct.
Pointing. Marguerite Straude would love this, wouldn't she?
Oh, absolutely.
Where is Gail when we need her?
Yes.
Gail Edwards plays Margaret Straude in the Dead Quilters Society, and she's brilliant. I think she is Marguerite, actually. I think she's channeling her in. I'm speaking Sedona language, everyone. So here's the thing. So you're involved in that. And so the pieces arrive, and now you've got to put them up. Mm-hmm. And how many days does it take to do this? I bet
he was there a couple weeks. I mean, and I wasn't, by that time I was out of it mostly. And, I'm working, so I would love to go watch everything. But they were there. They put it all together, welded it. Then, they grind it down, and then they start doing the patina and putting it together. So,
it's incredible. And, of course, the place is probably just filled with cloth everywhere. And
yeah.
They had to close the chapel down for a while.
At least the front part of it. Yeah.
Right.
And we had to make sure the floor could support everything.
So in your engineering for that to happen, did you find that to be, was it sticky? I mean, difficult? You said you found a way, but was it really challenging?
It was. Engineers like everything to be straight, angles, flat.
Right.
That's the way we design it. But with this, you look at a sculpture and like, okay, how do I figure this out? But it has a stainless steel skeleton.
Oh.
Inside it.
Okay.
So, and that's welded, the bronze is welded to that, and that stainless steel skeleton is then in strategic places to be able to hold it.
Okay. So you created that.
Well, I worked with the foundry.
Right, to create that. So
come
that
up
it would,
with some of that stuff, yes.
And because of that, it isn't going to fall on anyone. It's there. And
Yes.
It's a magnificent piece. If you are coming into Sedona, make sure that you go to the Chapel of the Holy Cross, and you will see the piece that we are talking about in the chapel. It's amazing. The space is amazing.
Yes.
It's overwhelming, actually. When you walk in, you don't know. You're like, whoa. And when you look at it from the outside, you have to kind of really, almost a double take when you first come into Sedona, and you see that, and you're like, if you didn't know that was there, you'd be like, what is that? Oh, it's a church into the rock. It's beautiful.
Oh, they built it right into the rock.
Well,
so
thank
that
you.
was cool.
Yeah, thank you for all of that, all those stories, and thank you for being a part of that. It is known as a man-made wonder, I believe. Is it not?
I believe so. It's one of the 7 wonders, I think.
It is. It's it really is an incredible piece. Whether you are Christian or not, go see it. It is magnificent. So now let's get back to the military park. You're also involved in the Verde Valley Military Service Park, which is in Cottonwood.
Yes.
And I got invited onto that committee from Dave. It was like, what am I doing now? Yeah. And we did some fundraising for that park. You want to talk about that?
Well, first of all, if you're close to Dave Blauert, you're going to get volunteered for stuff.
That is the truth.
It's like if you're within arm reach, he's going to grab you and bring you into that. And so he worked with the Marine Corps League over there, the Veterans, VFW, and a couple other veterans organizations, all these old veterans, all the grumpy old men. But
yeah, they were kind of grumpy. I have to say, when I first got into that committee, I was like, wow, there's a lot of older.
Not in a bad way,
but they were kind of like, okay, these guys have been around and they know what they want, and which is good, by the way.
Which is great.
Rather know that, right? You want to know what who wants what and all of that good stuff. Yeah.
So clarity. So the park is in Garrison Park. If you know where the county building is, or where the Sedona Cottonwood Recreation Center,
yes,
it's real close to there. And those grumpy old gentlemen, wanted a 70-foot high flagpole, and when you look at the city code, it doesn't allow that high. And I'm like, well, Cottonwood's very veteran friendly and everything else. And I said, we'll go to the city council and get a variance. I go, I don't see this as a problem. And the county building's next door, and that's not under the city county. And I think Chip Davis was the supervisor then. And so we got the county to buy off on it. And I said, let's just fall on Chip's office.
You told me that earlier. Yeah. It was like, well, it could fall on Chip Davis's office. And they were like, okay. Was that? I'm just teasing. But Chip is a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful man.
But the city gave that park up, gave that section of the park up. We came up with some site plans and how it was all going to work together. And I would have to get out there and show them, where things are going and keep everything so it's kind of ADA, and then just let them go and then come back and fix it. But no, they did.
That's funny.
It's a great project. They're recognizing all the services there, and because I was a commander of Flagstaff and Prescott, I had a lot of soldiers here in the Verde Valley that served with me and served for me. And it's kind of neat to see that and see their names and see them. Now they're all quite older and there, but they're always very proud of wearing their uniform, and I'm very proud of them.
Whatever you stand for as far as your politics or any of that, one of the biggest things we always want to do is thank our service men and women, because they have literally kept our freedom in place, in check. And so we can't thank them enough. And if you get an opportunity, go to that park. That's the Verde Valley Military Service Park. And then make sure when you're in Sedona, and those of you who reside here, if you've not been to that park, and many people have not been to that park, that's the Jack Jameson Memorial Sculpture Park, and the military park is right in there. And check out those gorgeous sculptures and take lunch, hang out there. It's a nice, quiet spot, barring the traffic there, but you can get away from it a bit, and it is really lovely. It really is. Mm-hmm. Now, as far as the Verde Valley Military Service Park, I'm trying to remember, when did the park actually go up?
Oh, boy.
Wasn't that back in 2000? Wasn't that long ago? I think it was 2017?
No, I think it was more earlier, 2000. Oh, no, 17, 10, 12, 13, 14.
Seriously?
Or no, I would be 14, 15.
Okay.
When we started.
When you started, but
yeah.
When did it actually get its very first sculpture in there, or very first?
I don't know. I know that we were getting the flags that the foundation for that flag is 10 feet deep, and
wow,
and it's huge. But we found it.
You didn't really have to fight for that.
No, that was a piece of cake. And then they had their areas where, they recognize military dogs there. They recognize the USO.
Yes.
So they do all that.
Yes.
But this reminds me, was when I was a commander in Flagstaff, we would be invited to do Memorial Day parades. And that's one of the most memorable things I've done, is to lead soldiers through Winslow, Arizona. And I'm marching and salute. I'm at the front there. And the Native Americans, or the Navajos, most of them were Navajo. I just remember some of them were in wheelchairs. Oh. And I would come by and they would stand up to salute.
Oh, gosh.
So I would leave the formation, go over there and salute them and thank them for their service.
Oh, my gosh.
So,
how moving. That, I'll tell you what, when you see that, you know how important these things are. We think, it's a parade. Oh, it's a service park. No, it really does mean something to people. I mean, it really does. You think about what happened when soldiers returned from Vietnam, for instance, and that was very difficult, and it still weighs heavy.
Yes.
Well, good for you. I know both Luke and I are crying in the studio. Just thought you'd like to know that. Yeah. If there was a video, they'd be going, my God, they're really, they're touched. It is very touching, yeah. So, now, did you remember, I remember when Dave Flower, it was right before he passed away, we did a whole thing for him there.
Yes.
I'm so glad we did that. And Terry Frankel, shout out to Terry, and also Fred Shin, very involved in that park.
Yep.
Very involved. You're also involved with Terry on different things, aren't you?
They're working on a military place in the cemetery.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'm supposed to be. I'm waiting. Like I said, I'm involved in a lot of things. So I wait for they need some help or they need some engineering. I'll do it for them. And but they're working towards that, and it's looking great. Mike Wise is part of that.
Great guy.
And Terry and Fred and a few others that I can't remember.
Amazing.
And then we're working on the Cook Cemetery.
The Cook Cemetery, yes.
So that's really moving along.
By the way, we were talking about the Cook Cemetery is in West Sedona, and it's up on Airport Road. That is where Sedona is buried, and other major pioneers, people. If you want to go there, beautiful. Yep. Go there. It's lovely. Yep. Right off of Airport Road. Well, Luke, we've run out of time. I mean, I just we had spent time together. We could talk forever.
Absolutely.
I just want to thank you so much. You happen to be one of my sponsors, too, and thank you very much. Can't thank you enough. Make sure that if you need any civil engineering, you need to speak to Luke Sefton of Sefton Engineering, and you're located in West Sedona at?
Stutz Bearcat, 40 Stutz Bearcat Drive.
Yes.
Yeah, right.
And, of course, you can always visit SeftonEngineering.com. Thank you so much again. And I know I'm going to have you back again. I'm looking forward to it. All right. Well, let's listen and hear from our other sponsors.
You can taste it in every bite. For over 30 years, Chef Lisa Dahl has redefined what it means to dine in Sedona, serving soulful, handcrafted cuisine inspired by love, artistry, and community. From the wood-fired kitchens of Mariposa to the couture flair of Butterfly Burger, every experience is elevated, every ingredient intentional. To learn more about Lisa Dahl and the Dahl restaurants, please visit cheflisadahl.com.
Need a clean car fast? Come to Quicker Cleaner Car Wash. We'll have you sparkling and back on the road in just minutes. Whether you're after a quick shine or a deep clean, you'll get top quality service, eco-friendly soaps, and smiles all around. Drive up, shine up, and feel good, all without slowing down your day. And look like a star in your car. Located in West Sedona on Highway 89A. For more information, visit quickercleanercarwash.com.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dog Group.
One of my very favorite singer-songwriter musicians is here in the studio today. I could not be more happy. I know I say this whenever my guests come. I'm going to tell you something. Alex Ogburn is one of the most talented singer-songwriters I've ever known, ever met, ever gone. I went to his concert on my birthday, okay? That was what I wanted to do, a few years ago. And I mean, I love this guy. He's great, and he's right here. I'm talking like you're not here, Alex. Thank you for being here.
What an honor, Shondra, man. I'm just over here going, wow, this is amazing. Thank you so much.
Well,
I'm so honored.
We have an what do we call this?
Mutual admiration.
Thank you. I got tongue-tied
mutual
there.
fan club going on.
Yes, you see, because I'm just kind of like, oh my God, Alex is the house. Alex is the
I
house.
know. I'm equally going, wow, I'm here watching Shondra do her thing. God, this is amazing, and it's awesome.
Thank you. Well, so I know that you've been working, you work everywhere. I want you to know, if you are here locally, I'm sure you've seen Alex Ogburn through the years. He's been here since 2006 in Sedona. Phenomenal. Right-hand guitar player. This is unusual. When did you start to learn guitar?
People don't understand that right hand means that I strum with my left hand.
Yes, so that's very interesting.
It's different. I'm naturally left-handed. I started playing drums at a young age, and I've always been mixed. I do some things left-handed, some things right-handed. Everything athletic is right-handed. However, eating, playing pool,
yes,
brush my teeth, play guitar, play drums, left hand. I don't know what it is. It's a weird split up. But
you're ambidextrous, as we would say?
I wouldn't say ambidextrous from a strictly technical point of view, because ambidextrous implies that you can do something equally as well with both hands.
Okay.
I just use that's what ambidextrous strictly means. But I'm able to do some things with the left hand better than I am with the right hand, and vice versa. Okay. So it's just weird.
I'm just stunned by this, though. And it's really fun to watch, because it kind of takes you back a little bit when I see you playing guitar and like, wow, that what is happening here? I bet you've had a lot of people make comments to you, haven't you?
I have had a lot of people make comments, and I used to really kind of bask in that uniqueness. And I'm like, oh, how cool is that? And then I saw Doyle Bramwell, the second play, on Roger Waters' tour.
Oh boy! And then you're like, okay.
And he smokes me. He's amazing. He plays upside down, and he's playing David Gilmour note for note with Roger Waters on his tour, and it just blew my mind. A lot of older blues players played that style. So
let me ask you. I know you're talking about blues. I've heard you sing almost every genre. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite?
I'd say it's a tough call between strictly blues and during the day. I don't know. It's a different mood. Like I love a beautiful song. I love Paul Simon, and I love Harry Nilsson, and I love the classic singer-songwriters, Cat Stevens, and
oh gosh, I listened to him forever. Oh my gosh,
James Taylor. Carolina, going to Carolina. I mean, just puts you in that space where you just, it'll jerk a tear out of your eye.
Oh, I'm telling you.
Now late at night, if it's 2 a.m. and you've had a rough day, then nothing feels better than playing a blues. And there's no music I love any more than that.
And people are thinking, I'm sure some of you are going 2 a.m. in the morning and you're playing. Yes, because for those of us who've worked clubs, oftentimes, not maybe so much here in Sedona, but in L.A. and Nashville, different places you've performed, you're getting home around 12:30, 1:30, right? I mean, that would be very normal.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. I remember getting home like 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Sure.
So, crazy stuff. The good old bad old days.
Yeah, right.
And here we go to bed at 9, right?
Oh, man, yeah. It's so funny. Went to a concert recently, and everybody was like, "Where's the after party?" And everybody's like, "No, we're going to bed." And it's,
Things change,
you
know.
We're in our 50s now. We're going to bed.
I said to someone last night, and it was like 9:15, and I was texting, and I said, "Do you realize that many years ago, I would just be probably taking my break or getting back on stage at 9:15, and I'm in jammies, and I'm like, good night, sweetheart." Well,
Absolutely, yeah.
It's really funny. So tell me some of the places that you are working so that people can come and see you.
Here in the Verde Valley area, I'm playing in Cottonwood quite a bit. I play at the at Rubric's tasting room, which used to be the Burning Tree Cellars.
Okay.
They're on
Divine's Tasting Room, too.
Divine's Tasting Room is an amazing venue, incredible food, great people there, just wonderful people.
They've got something going on there called Sunset Sessions from 6 to 8.
That is a new thing, and it's very, very cool. Very cool.
Really neat.
As the sun's setting, you're getting live music, and the food is off the chart. It truly is. I'm not just saying that. I've played a lot of places that have different cuisines, and this place has got great wine tasting, food, and different things to sample.
Good. And I know you work at Vino di Sedona.
Yes.
Bella Vita Ristorante. Is that, how do you say it?
Bella Vita Ristorante.
Thank you. And Alcantara Winery, which is like close to Camp Verde.
That's an amazing venue because it's like
really
you're playing
cool.
the Italian countryside. It's beautiful there.
Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. A big shout out to Steve Estes, who
amazing guy,
wonderful musician and handles everybody over there.
Yeah, very kind guy.
Yeah.
He's very considerate of everyone's schedules, and I don't know how he does it, but he does it.
I know. Okay, let's talk about your career. So you start working at the age of 19. You told me this, and you are working as a single. Did you have to leave the room like I did when I was 19 working as a single? You're too young to drink. We shouldn't be drinking. And you got to get out during the breaks.
I got in right before they started coming down on that.
Oh,
I was
okay.
lucky. I was actually going to sitting in with a guy his name was Russ Rosser in Birmingham.
Okay.
And he actually played bass with a pedal board he had created himself with his feet. He had a bass guitar on the ground with a pedal board, and he would play the bass with his feet.
Oh my gosh!
While he played guitar and triggered like a drum machine from his guitar.
That's cool.
And so I would sneak into the bar at 18 and go sing songs with him.
Oh, that's funny.
And he would teach me Lovin' Spoonful stuff like, hot down, summer in the city, back of my neck. And I'd sing with him. He played all those parts by himself.
Oh my gosh, that's so great.
It's before MIDI. And so I was sneaking into bars, just to get to the music.
Of course. So now you're 19 and you get your first gig?
Yeah, well, as a solo acoustic entertainer.
Yes.
Before that, I was playing drums at the Nick with a band called Entropy.
Yeah.
That was from Birmingham. We were part of the punk scene. And
how old were you there?
17.
17.
Yeah.
So you started playing. When did you learn how to play the drums? What age?
Oh, I don't know. My folks found me out back in the backyard in Birmingham beating on the trash can with some sticks. So they bought me a practice pad. And then I started taking drums. I made it to first chair.
Yay.
In the 6th grade, I think.
Oh, very nice.
But I got to play How Deep Is Your Love on a trap kit in the 5th grade. And I thought I was, the tops. I thought that was it.
That was it.
I made it.
And the bug bit you.
Yeah.
It was over at that point. I know how it works. Yeah. Thank God that happened.
Yeah.
So we get to hear you.
But so we moved to Birmingham, and then I hooked up with some people from school, and we started playing in a band together. Our first band was actually called Dow Jones and the Industrial Averages.
Oh, what was that? Say that again. Just slow it
Dow
down.
Jones and the Industrial Averages.
Wow.
That was our first little band we had, and anyway, that evolved into Entropy, and there's other bands out there called Entropy from different cities that have done different stuff, but we were kind of an artsy band. Did King Crimson and Plim Souls, and we did some kind of off the chart, kind of weird, obscure covers.
Okay, and so now how old are you at this point?
17 still.
17.
Yeah,
okay.
17.
Okay. So you're in Alabama.
Yep.
And then at one point, don't you move to Tennessee? Is that what
Yeah, my father had moved from Birmingham to Johnson City, Tennessee, actually to Mountain Home, Tennessee, where there was a VA clinic there, and he went up there to get some work done, and so I went up there to support him and discovered a little college scene up there, East Tennessee State University in East Tennessee.
Okay.
And I was playing at a little college bar, and I got hired to play for a country band.
Ooh.
Guy heard me playing. His name is Harry Smith, who is now the guitar player for Martina McBride, and he's also a producer. He's produced some stuff in his studio there in Murfreesboro, Tennessee.
That's fantastic.
He did Restless Heart's last album.
Oh, wow.
And we used to do Restless Heart in the band, so he came full circle.
That is so cool.
Yeah,
and
he's been an amazing influence in my life and musically and just as a person, as a friend.
Is he still a friend?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
You've played around different people, and you've had some interesting stories. Like, what's the one about Keith Urban? Tell us about that.
That was really weird. I was playing at this. I got this gig playing at the top of a 3-story entertainment complex called Grand Central Station in Nashville, down on Broadway. And I'm playing this gig, and I'm up there playing solo acoustic, and I'm in the middle of a set, and I take a break toward the end of a set. I take a break, and this guy walks up and says, "Hey, I can't even remember his name." He says, "I'm a producer, and we're working on this guy's first album here in Nashville. And would you mind if he plays a couple of songs?" I said, "No, of course not. I'd love for him to." And it was Keith Urban.
Wow!
And nobody knew who he was yet, really. Nobody really had any idea who he was. And his mother was there from Australia, and she was visiting, and they were all hanging out, just going around to clubs. And so, I give him my guitar, and he sits down. And some girl, the funniest thing is that some girl walks up and she goes, "Can you play Sister Golden Hair?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." And he kind of chuckled. He played it for her.
That's good.
And played an amazing version of it. But, that's kind of funny that on my old Talkamini that Keith Urban played a cover tune on it. That's kind of neat.
That is good. And this is before he became a big star.
That's right.
You never know who you're talking to. Right?
Well, the thing is, I found out very soon afterward, I was dating a girl that had a clothing shop there, a very cool place. And she would see him, around town, and he was playing at like the open mic nights at 12th and Porter and the open jam nights. He'd just come and play his guitar. He was just hanging out.
Yeah, and you know what? Everybody starts somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
Right? That's
absolutely.
the way it goes down.
Beautiful thing.
And what is this? Okay, so I know everybody listening, I have privy just little information. Not the whole story. I'm hearing it for the first time. But I do know just a little tiny bit. And I do know that you actually met Eric Clapton's grandmother. What in the world? How does this happen?
This is the most bizarre story. It's still hard for me to believe. It's very surreal. But because she... actually raised Clapton because he thought his mother was his sister for the longest time. If you read his autobiography, it's pretty amazing. Anyway, she bought him his first guitar and was there at his first signing. And so I knew about Rose Clapp, which oddly enough, that was her name, C-L-A-P-P, Clapp.
That's interesting.
She lived in a little town called Ripley, and outside of Surrey. I was visiting England. My girlfriend at the time, her father was stationed in the U.S. Army in England, in Manchester, right outside of Manchester. So I went to visit, and during the visit, we went to visit some of their friends who lived in near Birmingham, and where Surrey is, close to Surrey. And so we were in this living room watching a video of Eric Clapton, and there was a caption at the bottom. They had interviewed Rose at one point in this movie, and it had a caption that said Rose Clapp, Surrey, England, and we were in Surrey. So I said, I just had an instinct, and I went over to the phone directory, which is under the rotary phone.
She's actually in the directory.
She was listed in the phone directory.
Oh my goodness. Well, no one would put it together, right?
No.
Clapton.
Right.
No one would.
And it was just mind-boggling. I said, this has to be Rose Clapp. And it was, she lived in a little place, a little road called Church Row in Ripley.
My goodness.
And so we got directions somehow. We stopped and got some roses and some strawberries on a little side road cart.
Oh.
And we took it to her place and knocked on her door.
So she didn't know you were coming?
No.
Oh.
No.
You're lucky she was home.
Well, yeah. And she opened the door, and She was so sweet, and we said we just wanted to. This was right after Connor had
Eric's son. Yeah. That was quite something, wasn't it?
It was very, very sad and just bizarre.
Yeah.
How that happened.
Yeah. So you go in and you're sitting there, and does she welcome you in?
She didn't at first. I said, well, we're not going to bother you. We just wanted to come by and give you this. And she said, well, come on in. And she sort of broke down and let us in and invited us in. She was so sweet.
So
and
kind.
And she apologized for not making tea. It was amazing. It was just incredible. And we're sitting there, and I'm just like in another world. Because there's like Behind the Sun Gold album on the wall.
Jeez.
And pictures of Eric and her, just family pictures. And
My goodness.
it was a really humble. It was a very nice little place, but it wasn't like a mansion or anything. It was on a row with other apartments next to it, like a condo.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was amazing. Yeah. And then we went to the end of the row where the church was, and we visited that was the grave where Connor was buried.
Wow. What? That's something. Well, I would love it if you would perform a song.
Oh, man, I'd love to play a song.
Gee, let's see. Do you have a guitar here, or do we have to borrow a guitar?
I don't know. Oh, I didn't bring guitar. I have to do acapella. I'll do some barbershop for you. No, I brought the guitar.
Of course you did. Okay, so we're gonna hear Alex play something. I'm thrilled. Thank you again for being here. Your stories are very cool. I'm just like,
oh, thank you so much for having me. I'm so honored. Anything you do, Shondra, is it's amazing, and thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Alex. Okay, we're going to hear Alex play a song right now, so don't go anywhere, because right now Alex is getting his guitar out, and I'm loving this.
I want to sing a song for my sister Andrea in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Little brother got some blues for you, yes. Mm-hmm. Whoa, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I went down to the crossroads. I fell down on my knees. I went down to the crossroads, fell down on my knees. I summoned the Lord above for mercy. Ooh, Lord, man, help poor Alex if you please. I went down to the crossroads, tried to beg a ride. Yeah, well, I went to the crossroad, babe. Ooh, tried to beg a ride. Oh, nobody seemed to know me. Everybody just passed me by. Well, wow. I'm going down to Rosedale. Take my rider by my side. Going down to Rosedale. Take my rider by my side. No, you can still buy a house, baby. Oh, down in Louisiana by the riverside. Well. Ooh, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. down to Rosedale, baby. Take my ride up by my side. Going down to Rosedale, Lord, take my ride up by my side. Yeah. You can still buy a house, baby, Lord, down by the riverside. By well, why? Well, you can run. Tell my friend Paul Willie Brown. You can run, baby. Ooh, hell, tell my friend Paul Willie Brown. But I've been standing at the crossroad, Lord, baby. I believe I'm sinking down. Grazie. That for you, sis. I love you.
Thank you, Alex. That was fantastic.
Thank you so much for having me, Shondra.
Alex,
such a pleasure.
Alex Ogburn.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.
You've explored the trails, stood in awe of the red rocks. Now, discover how Sedona became Sedona. The Sedona Heritage Museum tells the story of Red Rock country, from ancient cultures to today's vibrant community. It's interactive, family-friendly, and open year-round, indoors and out. Sedona Heritage Museum, preserving and sharing the soul of Red Rock country. Plan your visit at sedonamuseum.org or call 928-282-7038.
When your project demands precision, experience, and trust, turn to Sefton Engineering Consultants. From expert civil engineering to construction management, we deliver real-world solutions that stand the test of time. With over 30 years in the business, Luke Sefton's team is committed to getting your project done right, on time, and on budget. Sefton Engineering Consultants. Reliable, experienced, personal. Learn more at SeftonEngineeringConsultants.com.
Take a deep breath, then let it go. At Sedona's New Day Spa, your escape begins the moment you arrive. Enjoy luxurious massages, rejuvenating facials, and native-inspired body treatments. Every moment is designed to restore balance and renew your spirit. Voted Sedona's Best Day Spa, this is more than self-care. It's your sanctuary. Book your experience today at SedonaNewDaySpa.com or call 928-282-7502.
Here's more of Sedona's Backstage Pass with Shondra, presented by the Dahl Group.
Well, thank you for staying with me here. It was a wonderful interview. And here we go. You know what time it is. It's time for my shameless Shondra spot. On May 23rd, I watched 4 of my 7 talented Mingus Union High School private voice and acting students graduate. And the very next night, I watched on TV, on YouTube, the ASU Gamage High School Musical Theater Awards, and it was live. And now let me back up just a little bit. About a year ago, Mackenzie Combs, one of those 4 students that was graduating and did, one of those seniors, a very strong soprano, she came to me to learn how to belt out a song because, I've been belting songs for a long time, and I do teach and coach voice. So she also wanted to learn how to use her diaphragm. Everybody hears use your diaphragm, but they don't know how to actually do it. She wanted to know how to do this successfully so she could hold out a singing note extremely long. Now, it's what we call in the business a money note, right? She worked really hard on this, especially when Mackenzie was cast in one of the lead roles in Mamma Mia. She played the mom, all right? And she wanted to use this new skill that she was learning, and she did. She held out this long note that went on forever on one of her songs. She brought the house down. I was there on one of those performances. Now, when the judges from the ASU Gamage Theater attended one of those school performances and they heard Mackenzie ending that song with that big show-stopping note, it landed her a nomination in the lead female in a music category with other talented girls from high schools around the country. Now, let's fast forward back here. Here we go. I'm sitting there in front of the TV watching this awards ceremony. A lot of us were watching, and she gets announced to be moved into the finalist category for lead female vocalist. And near the end of the awards ceremony, and it took a while, it was like 11 p.m., she was moved in to the category where there were only 3 chosen. And she was invited up on stage to perform that very song that we worked on. And she competed with those 2 other talented young female singers from the Phoenix area. That's right. Mackenzie didn't even know that she'd be competing until it was announced at 11 p.m. She got up there. She sang like a pro. She had held that last note out forever. And soon after, in a nail-biting moment, it was announced that Mackenzie won. I literally screamed. Now, I'm incredibly proud of this girl. I got to tell you, I know firsthand how much work it took for Mackenzie to learn this skill and how to use it when it mattered, under that tension and everything. And there she did. She worked her butt off in my studio and also with my friend and colleague James Ball, the music and theater teacher at Mingus Union High School. Big shout out and congratulations to James Ball. Congratulations, James. So what happens next? Mackenzie is going to work with Broadway directors and choreographers for a week in New York City and will attend the Jimmy Awards, which, by the way, is administered by the Broadway League Foundation, better known as the National High School Musical Theater Awards, held, get this, at the Minskoff Theater on Broadway, where The Lion King is nightly performed. And this year it's hosted by Josh Groban. She's going to be there. And if she is chosen that night at the Jimmy Awards, she will perform on that Broadway stage that night. So please tune in, and we're all going to tune in. She is representing Arizona, and it's on June 23rd at 4:30 p.m. Arizona time. There's a live streaming link at JimmyAwards.com. Let's all cheer on Mackenzie Combs as she represents Arizona on Broadway. Thank you so much for being with me again here at Sedona's Backstage Pass. I'm just thrilled that you tune in on Saturdays. And if you're tuning in on Apple Podcasts, I appreciate that as well. Be sure to leave a review. I hope you will. I hope it's 5-star. Listen, if you don't like it, don't go. All right, don't review it, whatever you do. But if you did enjoy it, review it and leave me a 5-star. I'd sure appreciate that. I want to thank my sponsors, Sedona Heritage Museum, Sefton Engineering, Quicker Cleaner Car Wash, Sedona New Day Spa, and my presenting sponsor, The Doll Group. And I also want to thank Mellow Mountain Radio, 106.5 FM and 780 AM. And my engineer, Ryan Thompson, thank you so much for everything you do. Tune in every Saturday at 10 a.m. and also catch us at Apple Podcasts for Sedona's Backstage Pass. See you next Saturday.